Welcome to section 7 of the course Building an Application with AngularJS. In this section we are going to learn how we can unit test our code. In this 29th video we will prepare our system for unit testing by installing and configuring Karma. First we need to prepare our system for testing and need to install Karma. Then we will learn what the elements of a typical test are. Next we will author simple unit tests. Then we need to understand what the module and inject functions are that we need when setting up our unit tests. And finally we will learn how we can mock or stop a call to a remote server. Test-driven development, TDD, is very important when developing web applications with a rich client. This is because JavaScript is a dynamic language, and thus there is no compiler making sure that our code behaves like expected. Tests are our only safety net. Writing tests in JavaScript and running them in a browser is not trivial. Lately the situation has improved quite a bit. Still, to get up and running for the first time is a non-trivial task. To run unit tests we are going to use Karma. Karma is a test runner created by the Angular team at Google. Similar to Angular itself, it is open source. To write the tests we will use Jasmine, which is a behavior-driven JavaScript test framework. Open a bash console in admin mode. Use the Node Package Manager npm to install Karma. We want to install it globally, thus use this command, npm install karma -g. This might take half a minute or more to download and install. Once Karma is installed, we need to configure it for use with our tests. Still in the bash console, navigate to the project folder and type karma init sample.conf.js. If we do so, Karma will ask us a few questions. Just accept the defaults. Only when asked about the location of the test files, enter test/star/star-spec.js. This indicates that our test file will be located in a folder test or any subfolder of it, and be JavaScript files with a -spec postfix in the name. This command generates a configuration file, which is nothing else than a JavaScript file exporting a settings object that defines which test framework to use, Jasmine in our case, which files to monitor and use, what browser to use to run tests against. We'll stick with Chrome, the port on which the server is listening, whether to run tests automatically or manually when any of the monitored file changes. After manually tweaking the file in any text editor, it might look like this. Specifically note which files are included on lines 5 through 10. These are Angular, Angular-mocks, our JavaScript files containing the logic for our Angular components, and lastly the JavaScript files containing the tests and located in the test folder. Once we have configured Karma correctly, we can run it. Remember, Karma is a test runner by using the command karma start sample.conf.js. When starting up, Karma starts up an instance of the browsers we defined in the configuration file. The browser listed at the port also defined in the configuration file. We do not need to observe the browser instance any further and can put it on the side, since it won't show any test results. Note, do not close or minimize the browser. If you minimize the browser, then all tests will run extremely slow, since the browser is starving. This will only apply to Chrome though. All test results will be shown in the console window where we started Karma. Since we do not yet have any files containing tests, Karma will report an error that no matching files were found. In summary, we need a test runner to run our unit tests. Karma, created by the Angular team, is such a test runner and can be installed via npm. Karma needs a configuration file, which is just a JavaScript file and can be generated by Karma and edited manually. After starting Karma, we should not minimize nor close the browser that is started by Karma. All test results will be displayed in the console. In the next video we will see how a unit test looks like when using the Jasmine test framework.